Hello, this is my 2003 Land Rover Defender that I've recently fitted a roof tent to. I haven't actually been camping yet. My wife and I are hoping to go, in a couple of weeks, we're hoping to go to Corsica and do a bit of camping there, and we're going to use the roof tent. However, we haven't done a shakedown, so we're going to do a shakedown. This week we're going to an auto jumble in Malvern, which includes camping. So this is going to be our shakedown in Britain in a couple of days. But in the meantime, I thought I'd just show you some of the safety and security measures that I feel I've had to make. My wife, quite rightly so, is concerned about security, so I'll show you what I've done to allay her fears, if you like, or apprehension about security. Also, there's a couple of safety features that I've fitted to the tent just for our own peace of mind. So I'll start by getting the tent up. That's it. So that stays like that. So that's what that's like there. That holds up pretty tight once you've got it tied down. Once I've got it tied down, it will be okay. It's just a case of putting the zip up to here. It's quite a good setup we've got here. Rolling this up. And there we are. Now it's just a case of pulling these zips down. No. This zip out, round. And I won't roll this up, but it's the same thing. So So, one of the measures that I have taken is obviously this. As you can see, this is a strap, and my wife or myself can pull ourselves up on this. It's quite easy. Gives you just a bit of security when you're coming up and down. If I show you from if I can just show you from both points of view, you can do that, because there's always that moment of anticipation when you're coming up. So once you've got hold of this, something to grab hold of, gives you the confidence to get in. Likewise, when you're getting out, you always get that bit where you're dangling your feet in mid-air, and you just want to do that. Just get your foot down. That's how that works, and that's perfect. This will go underneath the quilt. I mean, this is 2.4 this length, and we're not 2.4, we're 2 maximum, so this will be perfect, and it just gives not only myself but my wife a little bit of security, a bit of steadiness when we're getting in and out, especially if you're doing it in the dark and you get a little bit worried. At least you've got something to grab hold of and perhaps stop your fall. I don't think it's going to, the way that I've attached it to the tent, I don't think it's going to weaken it or damage it in any way, shape or form. So that's how that works. So the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a couple of Jubilee clips on here. When we first fitted the tent, we had a bit of a bad experience. This thing didn't lock up properly, and we thought it was locked, but it wasn't, and I really don't trust it anymore. So I'm just going to put a couple of Jubilee clips on those, because we never closed this bit up. So if I put some Jubilee clips around that will stop it from malfunctioning if it's going to malfunction. That should stop it, or give us a bit of a safety measure, because it definitely wouldn't catch before. I've had to manipulate it. Might have been pilot error, but I just wanted to err on the side of caution. So what about security? My wife, quite rightly, has got her apprehensions about security, but I never hear of anybody having any problems camping. As long as you're sensible where you camp, I can't really see as there'll be a problem. We'll be staying on campsites mainly, so I think they're normally pretty secure. Anyway, I'll just show you a couple of the measures that I'm taking to keep my wife happy, really, and to give her peace of mind. First of all, we've got a couple of these lights. These are motion sensor lights, you know, PRI or whatever you call them. You have them outside your house normally. We've got a couple of these that we can put in the lower part of the tent or on the approach to the tent. 9 times out of 10, if somebody's approaching, they don't want to be seen, so if the light comes on, that will be a deterrent. See if we can turn that off for now. Just got a switch under here. Yeah, turned it off. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good thing. Another thing we've got is this thing. Comes with a remote. And basically, for demonstration purposes only, I'll show it on the zip. So we would put it on the zip or on a part that's not likely to be blown and moved, and we'd arm it. That's armed. So that's armed. So the minute somebody moves it, that starts going. And we can disarm it via this. So that's a pretty good deterrent. I'll just demonstrate it again. So you just press the lock. Tells you there now that it's locked with that beep. There's the beep that it tells you that it's locked. So if I was an intruder or somebody not supposed to be coming into our tent and it was armed, that would do that, and then that. So that's pretty good. That's a good deterrent. Right. So that would go down at the bottom of the tent. So there's that. The other thing is the pepper spray. Now, pepper spray, it is what it is. I mean, my wife could have it hung up by her, she could have it in the side, but basically it's a case of, if you're using it, you come across like that, push that in the direction of somebody's eyes and they get a full face of it, which should deter them at least. So there's that. So we've got two of those. So we could have one each if we wanted to, or for the perpetrator, one for each eye. That should do that. Another thing is, if my wife's really worried, she's got this. She just got a she could have this attached to something if she wanted and do that. Or she could just, or if she was holding it, she could just pull it apart like that. That's a great thing. That would definitely get somebody's attention. That's a definite intruder deterrent. So that would definitely make somebody a little bit more worried about coming nearer doing that. So there's 3 items that I've got, and yeah, I call that security. And I've already showed you that this safety rope, which is perfect, and when we come to pack it away, we just throw it down there. That's over halfway, and that'll just collapse with the tent. So my wife's reasonably happy with those measures, but she did say, what if the potential criminal turns up with ear defenders on and sunglasses or a mask on, protecting their eyes? And I said to her, well, I'm sure there must be a way that we could deter him anyway, irrespective of all those measures, if he got past them. Oh, you're asking what's this this paddle doing? Oh, I carry this in case we get a canoe. I like to keep it close. I really like it. I take it up in the tent with me at night, or I will do, and it's just reassuring to have it. I don't know how it would come in handy, but I'm sure I would find a use for it in some really bad situations. And I said to my wife, I don't know why you're worrying. They're probably going to be more scared of you than you are of them. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and I know this channel's about camping and roof tents, but I thought if you're interested in Land Rovers, you might be interested in my other channel, Land Rover TD5 Preservation. And if you are, thank you.